That worked good. Yeah. All right, guys, we're back at the sawmill, and before I tell you all what I was doing today out there with Dad in that field, let me show you my new chainsaws. Lower this tailgate here. All right, guys, in the bed of the truck, I got my wood cutting kit, my axes, my fuel, an extra battery chainsaw, cant hooks, everything you need if you're going out into the woods to do some work. And right here is a chainsaw that I've had for many years. Those of you that have been watching me on this channel for any length of time, you saw me use this chainsaw many times right here. This is my 461. I bought this brand new back in 2015, I believe. That's a really good saw. We didn't even use it today, but when I go out in the woods like that, I like to have an extra saw on hand. Actually, today I had 2 extra saws. I also took the battery-powered saw. Then over here on this side are the 2 brand new saws. Dad was running this one today. This is a Stihl 400C. And this one that I was running is a saw that I have wanted for years. This is a Stihl 500i. I've been wanting one of these saws for probably 3 or 4 years, ever since they came out. And I finally got my hands on one, and it's kind of interesting how these saws ended up coming here and why we were out there at that field today cleaning up some trees. All right, guys, so most of you probably heard about the hurricane that came through this area, Hurricane Helene. I think it was around the end of September, which it was just about 2 months ago, and it's still total devastation over here. Just terrible, terrible things happened with that storm over North Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, all kinds of places, probably more places that I'm aware of. So the place we was at today is over in Southwest Virginia in a small community called Midway. And all the trees that you saw down that me and Dad were cutting came down because of Hurricane Helene. Now, we got a bunch of rain before the hurricane actually came, and that farm was no different. So after about 2 days of nonstop rain, the wind came through and it uprooted all those trees that you guys saw today. It's mostly red oak and poplar, and there's a lot more there than I showed on camera. We just went over there today to get a start on the project and kind of see the layout of everything, the logistics of it, and how it's all going to work long term, because we're going to be over for a while periodically working on that site. So anyways, guys, long story short, my dad was reached out to by an elderly couple that goes to his church about some storm damage. That was the trees that you guys saw in this video today. And they said they came down in the storm like I was just describing, and they had no way of cleaning up the mess, and they didn't want to see the trees just sit there and rot away and not be used, because they knew there was some good lumber in those trees and a lot of firewood. Tons of firewood in those trees, but a lot of nice saw logs. So I talked to Dad about it. Me and my wife went over there about a month ago and kind of looked at it and kind of see if we could help them out. So I started thinking about that. I thought, we got some storm damaged trees that are down for an elderly couple. They probably can't afford to hire anybody to clean that mess up or do it themselves. So I thought it'd be a good chance for me to help somebody out with the equipment that we have here. So I reached out to Stihl Chainsaws, and I also reached out to Wood-Mizer on this. And here's how they're helping out in this venture. Stihl supplied me with these 2 additional chainsaws to help with this job over here and clean this mess up. So a big shout out to Stihl for sending these 2 saws over to help us out with this. That 500i is amazing. It's going to make cutting up those trees a whole lot faster. So Stihl's helping us out on that end. Wood-Mizer's helping us out by sending me another sawmill to take over to that job and leave it there while we saw up the logs into lumber. I actually picked up that sawmill a few days ago. It's an LT35. And if you guys have been watching me for any length of time here on YouTube, that's the first sawmill that I actually had, is a hydraulic LT35. And it's here, it's parked down there beside the LT70 right now. So Wood-Mizer sent the LT35, and Maine supplied a couple of boxes of blades for that mill, and that's how we're going to saw up the logs on site when they're ready over there. But there's some logistics to get done before we even get close to sawing up the lumber. I'm going to have to take a tractor over there because they don't have a tractor on site. They have an older, looks like maybe a Massey, but nothing with a front end loader. So once me and Dad gets ahead of ourselves and gets all the logs sawed up and the firewood taken care of, I'll take the tractor over there, probably my 55 horsepower one, and we'll take the sawmill over there to stage the logs in front of the mill. Then we'll start sawing. So this little job has a couple of phases. The first phase is firewood recovery, buck all the saw logs, and try to help clean up that mess. The next phase will be bring the tractor over, finish the cleanup with the tractor, move all the logs in front of the sawmill, which I'll take over there at some point. Then the third phase is saw the logs into lumber. Now the firewood, I'm giving to people in that area, and Dad's got some people, I think, on his end that need some firewood. So we're going to take the log splitter over there also, the Wood-Mizer splitter, and we'll be splitting up a lot of firewood for those people over there. And as far as the lumber goes, anybody in that area that I can reach out to that needs lumber to repair a barn because of the hurricane, or they need something for a fence that's been damaged because of it, I'll saw up what they need. I'll give the lumber to them. I ain't gonna charge them a dime. I don't want to make no money off this little venture right here. I have no desire to make money off this. So that's what's going to be happening with all those trees that are down. Firewood and lumber. A lot of firewood. Those canopies are pretty big. There'll be a lot of firewood come off those trees. So that's what's going on over there, guys. And this is the first time we went over there and worked. We spent about 3 hours over there today. That's the first time Dad has been. So we just went over there and got our feet wet. Thought we'd try out these brand new saws that work perfectly. That 500i, if I didn't mention it already, is ridiculous. I never ran a saw that felt like that before. It's just so powerful. So over the next few months, periodically, you guys will see videos of me going over there doing some work. I'm not going to go over there every day of the week because I got to work around rain. They got cattle over there, so there's a little bit of some logistics to work around over on that site. But you will see me going over there weekly to do work, to recover those logs and saw them into lumber and get that whole place cleaned up for that couple, and kind of leave it better than we found it is my little motto for this job over here. Leave it better than I found it. And we've done pretty good today. We got a lot cleaned up in those few hours we was there. It kind of surprised me all the work we got done. Dad was a beast on that 400C right there cutting firewood. I looked over there and he just kept going. He went through 2 tanks of gas. I couldn't get him off of it. He likes that saw, so that's good. So we'll be back over tomorrow with the log splitter doing more of the same. I'm going to video this entire process of going over and helping clean up that site. So if you want to help, here's how you can. And I've done this to my Patreon members yesterday, or I put this announcement out, and they really stepped up to the plate, and I really appreciate it. So Wood-Mizer is supplying the blades and the sawmill for this. Steel supplied these 2 chainsaws. I'm supplying the labor, the time, the fuel, any more blades that we need. We got 2 boxes of blades. We'll probably need more than that, so I'll be buying blades after that. And, you know, I pay my dad to help me, so I'll be supplying everything for that end of it. So if you'd like to make a little donation to help us out on this venture, there's a PayPal donate link down here below. If you can't, don't worry about it. No big deal. It's Christmas time. Everybody's got stuff going on, but if you can help out, that'd be great. Everything I'm doing on that job site is going toward that community and anybody that needs help. There's actually another place I'm going to be taking the sawmill when I get done over there and helping a guy saw some logs on another farm about 10 minutes from there. So it may even get even bigger. Once people see me sawing over in that field, I really suspect I'll have people probably coming up and asking me if I can help them out because they have some down trees as well. So we'll stay over as long as we have to. You know, if it's 6 months or to a year, we're pulling that mill around Southwest Virginia, sawing up people's trees that got knocked down because of the storm. I'm tickled to death because I love doing mobile sawmilling. I've just not been able to do it for the past few years based on me being stationary here. So anyways, there's a link down below if you want to help out, and I hope you enjoyed this video. There's a lot more of this coming to you in the future as far as this job goes. And it is about 6 o'clock, and I am ready to get in the house and eat some dinner. We're having vegetable soup tonight with homemade cornbread. You can't beat it. Good stuff right there. So in closing, friends, thanks for watching. If you're wondering why you've not seen a video here in about a week or so, it's been because I had to go get the sawmill, get the chainsaws, do a lot of other stuff behind the scenes for this job, and it's been really busy here, even though you've not seen any videos come out. But you will see a lot of videos coming out from here on forward, with the exception of Christmas, probably. So in closing, once again, guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I will see you back here very soon.